All right, y'all. Professor X here with some really interesting news. The WWE stock has plunged since the announcement that co-presidents George Barrios and Michelle Wilson are departing the company. The executives are being forced out just days before the company reports their fourth quarter earnings. The earnings report will be made available next Thursday morning, and it's expected that Vince McMahon will address investors on the quarterly conference call later that morning. Since the announcement from WWE, the company's stock has dropped over 22%. Ouch. In after-hours trading, the stock opened at 60.54 and has dropped to 47.98. Now that's where hitting WWE really hurts. In their pockets. There are no details available yet, but the decline of the WWE network subscriptions and declining year-to-year ratings likely played a part in this decision. Stockholders have previously expressed concern about the emergence of All Elite Wrestling. The rise of AEW has led to WWE to increase spending by offering massive contracts. Edge, for example, is reportedly going to make $3 million per year for the next 3 years. Others like Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson are making $75,000 each year. $750,000, each per year on the terms of their new TV deal. While WWE is making more money through their TV deals, the increased spending has to be an issue for stockholders, and a lot of the spending has been related to efforts to keep wrestlers from signing with AEW. And to quote Vince McMahon, "I would like to thank George and Michelle for their 10 plus years of service and contributions to the organization. I am grateful for all that was accomplished during their tenure, but the board and I decided a change was necessary as we have different views on how best to achieve our strategic priorities moving forward." A man by the name of Frank A. Riddick III has been named the CFO for the interim as they search for a permanent chief financial officer and chief revenue officer. Now, Vince, let me ask you a question. Why does declining WWE network subscriptions and year ratings have to do with your George Barrios and Michelle Wilson? They aren't part of creative. See, this is again WWE looking for scapegoats. Now, at least any wrestlers weren't released, but he's blaming these two as part of the problem of their financial losses. Vince, you're in charge of creative. Triple Bitch has a hand in creative. If you want somebody to depart the company, Vince, you need to retire, and your son-in-law needs to be greatly demoted. You can't blame these two people who have nothing to do with day-to-day creative content. Blame the situation on blame the stock drop on them. This is your fault. This is your son-in-law's fault. But hey, like I said, it's your company. But now getting back to that 22% that dropped, that's where it hurts. That's what you call kicking Vince McMahon in the nuts a little bit. I mean, that's a lot of money. And also, All Elite Wrestling, go All Elite Wrestling. I called this, I told you. Vince is scared, and Cody Rhodes is really sticking it to him on Wednesday nights by winning the ratings. Yeah, they lost one night, but it doesn't matter. See, this is what I call the slow turning of the tide. And even my homeboy in the PW Hustle, Billy Ray Valentine, even said it's going to take a while, but the Titanic there's a crack in the armor of the Titanic, and this is the first crack. And I'm thinking as the years go by, the next 5 to 10 years, more cracks are going to get bigger and bigger. But y'all leave your thoughts and comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.